On April 25th, we will see a crazy new Legends and Flashback collection reward, likely a 99 overall player who I know most of us will be grinding for. And I would start thinking about and preparing as soon as possible for this collection because for one, this reward will absolutely be worth it, but two, there's so many cards that will go into this collection that knowing what you need and starting to get ready for this collection right now will allow you to get this card as soon as possible, but also you will save yourself lots of stubs if you start doing a few things before this collection arrives. So let's go over what to expect with this new collection and everything you can be doing right now to get ready. So as I said, I do think this collection reward will be a 99 overall, and right when it drops, you will likely need just about every single card in the game to obtain this reward. And overall, the market is going to have undergo some massive changes, right? So with these big collections come big market shifts and market changes, where the prices on a lot of these sellable cards are just going to go shoot up through the roof. As people go in, rush to try to buy all these cards that they need for this new reward. And even I would say the few days leading up to the collection, we could see lots of prices on these sellable cards shoot up as the anticipation grows for this reward, which is why I think preparing for the collection as soon as possible is very important. So there are things you can be doing right now so you don't have to spend as many stubs right as the collection drops, but also there's even some opportunities to make stubs off of the big market shift that's coming, which we'll go over in just a second. But something I've started doing is just kind of going through all of these collections and buying some of these sellable players who aren't going for a ton right now, and I can get a good deal on them, and just because they inevitably will go up in price when we get to April 25th. So I would recommend doing the same thing, just kind of going through, looking at the sellable players when they're, you see ones at a decent price, go ahead and scoop those up now. But then coming back to the idea of making stubs off of the big market shift that we'll see come April 25th, there's some investing opportunities on some of these sellable players, and because some of these sellable cards are going to shoot up in price, like we said before, when people need to buy them when the reward drops. And I think the best investing strategy in this case is for all of the diamond players on the pre-order packs that people got for pre-ordering the deluxe edition of the game. If you remember, there were two choice packs that we got for this version of the game. One being the 20th anniversary pack with those 20th anniversary players, and then the other pack being the Legend choice pack where we saw the Sosa, like I'm showing you here. There was also Billy Wagner, Derek Jeter, Hank Greenberg, Nolan Ryan. You'll notice that at least at the time I record this video, the prices on these cards are still very low. The reason I love this investing opportunity is because before this collection reward arrives, there's no way for people to obtain these cards other than on the market. And keep in mind, only people who pre-ordered the deluxe edition got these cards, and even for those people that got the pack, it was a choice pack, so we only got to pick one of the 5 players from each pack. So I've started investing in some of these players. I have 5 Vlad Guerreros right here. I have some Sammy Sosas, and I'll probably be doing more as we get a little bit closer here to the release of the reward. But I think this is a very good potential investment. If you wanted to invest in other cards, you can do that too. The big thing to keep in mind when investing in some of these other cards is just making sure they're pretty low in price right now compared to where the price has been since the card came out, and also making sure that the cards are not super easy to get. For example, the diamond cards in Diamond Quest might go up in price a little bit when this new collection reward drops, but I'm not sure how much they actually will go up because you can easily grind, you can grind Diamond Quest pretty quickly, get these players, plus they will be available to grind literally anytime you want. So for me, that's not a card I would invest in. But those are kind of the few things I would look for when thinking about which cards you want to invest in. But again, I think those cards I went over earlier, the 20th anniversary and the other Legend cards, are probably the quote-unquote safest investment in my opinion. But then thinking about kind of just big picture about where most of the players from each card series from the collection comes from, what you should be focusing on grinding, Team Affinity is one to really start thinking about, because in Team Affinity you have the silver card for each team, you have the gold card for each team, and you have the diamond card for each team. All 3 of these cards for all teams are going to count towards progress in the Legends and Flashback collection. Plus those diamond cards, you need 15 of them. Because at 15, you will pick up the voucher for the Jolt series, and this voucher will go in for progress towards that new collection reward. And if you want to strictly focus on grinding team affinity for the players in them, I would suggest starting with the moments to pick up those silver players, and then use these silver players in your lineup. And the rest of your team, I would maybe make half your team of players from one specific MLB team, and the other half could be from another MLB team, and then go into whatever mode you want to grind. Like Conquest is a pretty good option, and basically what you want to do is grind all of those specific missions for those teams within Team Affinity, and your goal should be to get up to the Diamond player in those Team Affinity program paths, and then just stop and move on to the next team, start grinding those missions. There's also a good chunk of players in these card series that you can get as live series collection rewards. Like for the Orioles here, Brooks Robinson is a second half player, so a ton of players in here. And I know it's a little bit stressful to think about live series collection rewards, but focus on the cheap teams first to easily get some of these reward cards, and then kind of just slowly work your way towards completing the other teams, like I kind of have started here with knocking out some of these teams. I'm very close to completing like probably another 5 that I'll knock out here very soon, and kind of just keep working slowly towards it. And I would focus on things that get you a lot of packs, like the Diamond Quest map with the pipeline players on it could be a good option, just because you're earning lots of packs from completing the map, but then also you can be earning these Diamond players who you can sell for even more stubs. Conquest maps and Conquest map hidden rewards also will have a lot of packs, so check those out if you haven't already. Even just getting the hidden rewards is nice. There's also a bunch of players within these card series that are in different packs, so you can buy some of these cards off the market. But what's nice is you can get some of these players as you grind the game just from completing different programs or completing different Conquest maps. You'll be able to get some of these packs to then obtain some of these players in them. And I would look at the prices on some of these cards right now too, because some have fallen down in price a bunch, so you can get some nice deals on some of those right now. And then another super obvious thing too are the theme programs. Like, just get all of these players in them because they're free. You literally do not have to spend a dime on any of these cards, and you're probably going to need pretty much all of them, if not all of them anyways, to complete the new collection as soon as possible. So I would just focus on these. Again, very, very obvious, but it is super easy to get these cards. It is free to get these cards. And if you've watched this video and thought to yourself that, you need more stubs to do a lot of these things, I would focus on a few different things to gain some extra stubs. So the second inning program will be coming out here, and I would quickly grind that second inning XP program to get the boss cards and sell them while they're at their peak value. So basically, within the first few days that they're out, go ahead, grind as hard as you can, get that extra bonus XP to begin the second inning program, and try to get those cards as quickly as possible, sell them, and get a lot of stubs. Also, flipping cards is something I definitely recommend you do. I like to flip cards when I'm just not even on my console. I do it on the companion app on my phone, just when I'm bored or when I'm out and about and I have a little bit of time, to flip a little bit, go in, put some buy orders in, some sell orders in, do that. And flipping has been one of my best strategies I've had this year. Margins have been a little tight, but, making it work. And then Diamond Quest maps are nice too, especially the pipeline one I like the most because there are player packs, silver, bronze player packs in them. So lots of good stubs in these. Plus you can get these diamond players to sell them for even more stubs. And these packs also will help you towards the live series collections, which we went over earlier, talking about getting some of those extra players that'll help out towards the new collection reward. So those are a lot of the things I have my eyes on here when thinking about this new collection reward coming soon. And again, getting into some of these cards early so when their prices are pretty low is smart. Investing is a pretty good opportunity. I'm starting to do that. So lots of good opportunities to be preparing right now for this new collection reward. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and drop those down in the comment section. Otherwise, that's going to be it for the video. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and watching this one. See you guys next time. Peace.